Hey, this your boy Frank Gore. I'm listening to 49er Rush. Niners all day. Let's bring 6 home, baby. Let's go.
I love it, man.
It's time for the 49ers Rush podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is absolutely incredible to be with you guys today. Second show today. We already did some Patreon breakdowns as well, but this show is important, and at least it is to me and hopefully to the community. And we have none other than our social media freaking champion, Eric Meiser. Show number 1000. We have been doing this for a few minutes. And it is incredibly humbling to be able to say we've done this 1,000 times. That's a lot of times. And it is not lost on me how lucky I am and how thankful I am to you guys, because the people that listen and subscribe and show up and do all the hashtag CCs. What's up, Brian? You guys make it all happen. And look at Joe coming in. Hashtag M. That's right. We hit the big 1,000 mark, man. And it means the world to me. And so I just want to say thank you. We've got a lot of Niners stuff we're going to get to today. We're going to be giving stuff away. We're giving away an autographed Deebo Samuel signed jersey, which is awesome. We're giving away an entire freaking year-long paid subscription Jerry Rice tier to the 49ersrush.com. Compliments anonymous supporter. I want to say thank you to that. And it's really cool, man. And I appreciate all the kind words and everybody just being so kind and supportive. This community is different. You know, I start every single show the same way. I end every single show the same way. And it's about the community. Yeah, we're here for football. And then we're here for the Niners more specifically, but don't let that fool you. We're here for the people. We're here for relationships. We're here for community. Football is just merely the avenue in which we participate in those things, and all the friendships and all the people that I've met and been able to connect other people together. That's what it's about. What's up, Chaz? Super excited. 1,000th episode. Thank you so much, man. And we're not ready to get done. we're ready to keep going. We are not DUN. Ernest, thank you. Appreciate the congratulations. He's been following since 2018. We started this 2017. We started before Shanahan. And it's funny because, yeah, we've done 1,000 public shows, but that's not all we've done. We have, I was making a list of just all the different things that, we have 928 Patreon video breakdowns on the 49ersrush.com and Patreon. We started on Patreon, and that was kind of how we got the shift to full time, because when I started the show, I was still coaching. I just finished coaching. I'm a high school football coach in Texas, right? And for those of you that might not know the story, wife and I became foster parents. We got lucky enough to adopt those amazing children, Joe and Mike. And if you've been out to any of our home tailgates this year, you've seen Mike, 15 years old, long hair, great kid, helping set up and making some extra money. Great kids. But I couldn't coach because I had a couch in my office, one of the largest programs in the country. I was spending 2 to 3 nights, during the season in the office, not even going home, just because I was trying to do the best I could there. But whenever you become a foster parent, everything kind of changes. And the kids needed more attention than what we could give them. So I had to walk away from coaching, which was difficult because that was my identity. I was coach. That was my career. That's all I ever wanted to do. And I was so excited about that. But I didn't know how lucky I would be to walk away, become a full-time teacher, parent these amazing kiddos. Loved every second of it. But man, I miss football. And my good friend Charles Barr, shout out Chuck. He said, dude, start a podcast, which, I'm not even that was outside of the realm, but I did. And nobody listened but my grandma. And here we are, 1,000 episodes later, and I could not be happier or more thankful. And the only thing I would say before we get to all Niners talk, I'll do some more thank yous later on for sure. But let me just say this. Whatever the hell it is you want in life, I don't care what it is. I don't care what your state is. Figure out a damn way to go get it. You work your ass off. You figure it out. I did this show for 5 years, working full-time, multiple jobs until it kind of took off. And whenever it finally did, I'm very thankful now that this is my only full-time employment. And I understand that I'm very, very lucky. But there's something you want, man. You freaking scratch, claw, do whatever you got to do, and just make that your reality. Like, I believe in that. We're in one of the few places that's allowed to take place. So anyway, love you guys. Joe, what's up, man? Joe Pena, if you've never met this man, him and his family, salt of the earth. Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you so much. Diamond Dog Sports, thanks for the super chat. He says, found your content after the NFC Championship game last year. That therapy was needed. Forever thankful for that episode. Yeah, man. Our after game shows, therapy, celebrations. Sports brings all the emotions out. And yeah, that I remember that one. That hurt. That was right after that dude poured I'm sorry. There's multiple NFC Championship losses. The Rams one, dude dumped a beer on me right before I went live, and then whatever. But yeah, right after the Eagles game, that hurt. And that game wasn't even close because of the injury and whatever else. Jack, what's up, good friend? My man, dropping at work at the election polls. Congrats, John, on 1K. Hey, man, I've been following your posts on all the election stuff. You were doing some great work, man. Really appreciate that. Volunteering for the people. That's what it's about. Thank you, Jack. And your barbecue videos. I'm going to be honest. Those are my number one. He says, you have helped me learn more about football. Help me to meet other fans. Much love. Best wishes as you keep going. That's what it's about, man. Bringing the people and the community together. Just want to say thank you, guys, man. There's so many awesome comments. I want to get to as many as I can, I know, but I don't want that to be the whole episode. So thank you, guys. Dave, good buddy. What's up, Brad? Appreciate you guys. It means a lot. Really, really does. And shout out to Phil. He says, man, when are we going to see some tackling from the 49ers? This has been an issue. And you can go through and you can talk about personnel. You can talk about Steve Wilks. Steve Wilks ain't making the tackling. Like, that's not his job. Players got to make those plays in the execution of very simple fundamental football. I think that's what's been lacking. I really, really do. And that's a problem. So Dre Greenlaw being injured, that affected it considerably. I think the blitzing early on, that hasn't happened the past 2 weeks. We really haven't blitzed the past 2 weeks. That really hasn't been much of an issue either. Even the Vikings game, which, yeah, you blitz right before the half, but you blitz 9 times that game. You blitz 5 times. That's it. The game against the Bengals. So that's no longer an issue. Dre Greenlaw being banged up, that hurts. Fred Warner playing Superman out there and doing too much, that hurts. You got to calm down, just do your job. Go back to the fundamentals. You know what I mean? And that's key. And I think we're going to see a huge improvement. Now, it doesn't help whenever you got the freaking Jaguars coming off a bye week as well, and you're traveling across country. They got guys that break tackles. That period. Travis Etienne, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram. They got guys all over the place. Christian Kirk. They have tackle breakers. But I don't care about opposing teams. I don't care. We are the best. We have to be the best. And that's just the way that it is. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Super chat, Brandon, thank you, man. He says, can you say hi to Megan and Tina going to Jacksonville? Hey, Megan and Tina, you got to come out and party with us. And if you are going out to Jacksonville and you don't have plans, or even if you do have plans, you need to fix those plans, because we're going to be partying with Frank freaking Gore. Frank Gore, Saturday at the Underbelly, 2 to 6 p.m. Do not be late. We will hit capacity. So get your tickets. That for sure gets you in. If you want to buy an autograph, that's the link in the chat. But yeah, it does have a cover. We have to pay for the facilities and all those things. So that's Saturday. And then Sunday, we got the best tailgate out there. Unlimited drinks, food, all that stuff. So Megan, Tina, what's up, guys? Glad to have you here. Brandon, thank you for the super chat. And hopefully we get to sync up, meet up a little bit, and hang out and get to know each other. That's what it's about, and get to know other people. Philip, come back through. Thanks for the super chat, my friend. Coach Cruz. I was going to talk about you later in the episode, Coach. There are so many people that are a part of this 49ers Rush team. I know it's my ugly red cheek face up here every time, and sorry about that. But there is a whole freaking amazing group of humans behind this that have just assimilated in the coolest possible way. And it was really fun. And like, I'm going to be honest right here. Okay. I'm going to be a little vulnerable. I had a difficult time going from coaching to just teaching. And whenever I did it, I realized I could be just as impactful, if not more so, as just a teacher. Now, I was a coach and teacher, but my identity was as a coach. Then I became a teacher, and I loved it. I was like, I'm going to do this the rest of my life. I love it. I'm going to invest in the classroom. This is everything. But then I started doing this podcast, and I was a little bit like, man, am I being kind of superficial? Like, do I want my life just to be about talking about football? Like, I need to help people. And what I found was it doesn't matter sometimes the avenue in which you do things. The amount of people I've been able to get to know and build those relationships and see other people build those relationships, man, it's the way in which you go about doing things that I think is so important. We invest so much into getting people together physically, virtually, and building that community. And Coach Cruz is one of the ones that makes that happen. Him and his father-in-law, his entire family are just the best people as kiddos, hilarious. Thank you for the super chat, Coach. Thank you so much. And if you don't know, Coach Cruz is the executive producer for all our scouting report episodes, helps us draft content, parties with us at the home games. He's the best. Said, congrats. You have made the 49ers experience so much more enjoyable than I ever thought it could be for myself and family. And I am forever grateful. Awesome. So well said. And, you know, you stumble into what you're trying to do. And that's kind of what we have done, because I was just talking 49ers football. That was it. But then it was like, well, there's 50 plus Niners channels. What is our role? I don't want to do what other people are doing. And so I wanted to educate, because I have the coaching background. I want to educate and create a better fan experience, which Coach just alluded to. So we've got one successful member of the team, and then two, build the community. And I think we've been able to do that. And I hope we get better at it. And we want to always be intentional about those things. Red and cold blooded. Thank you. Congrats on 1,000 videos. We love the time. #CC. God, you are freaking awesome. You are awesome. Now, the poll question of today's show, which I put up there, who gets the most sacks for the 49ers moving forward? Now, Chase Young has the most currently, but I don't care about that. We put all the past, the 8 games are over. I care about moving forward. So if we wipe the slate clean, now let me just give you the numbers before we wipe the slate clean. Chase Young has 5, but not with us, so I don't care. Bosa has 3. Hargrave has 3. Armstead has 2.5. So going forward, I asked, and this is the poll if you haven't voted yet, who has the most sacks moving forward? I was a little surprised by the results so far. Eric Armstead's dead last with 6%. Had 2 sacks last game, though. Hargrave's third with 11%. Chase Young's second, but 40%. That's huge. And Nick Bosa just barely passed him with 43%. So it does seem like my amazing people that are watching this game, y'all seem pretty psyched for, what's going on with, Chase Young. I mean, it's the shiny new toy. I get it. Number 2 overall pick. Get it. Awesome. He got more sacks than Bosa has this year anyway. But it is interesting to me. I would not have expected it to kind of go that way. So, yeah, that's a little weird to me. Not a bad thing. I don't give a damn who gets the sacks as long as we get them. And, it's a big deal. Like, it is a big deal. If you got, pressures matter. Quarterback hits matter, which Nick Bosa leads the NFL in. But at some point, you got to sack the damn quarterback. You got to finish. You got to. Thank you, Flynn. Appreciate you, man. James says, can we get something pretty on the screen like Miss Chapman? Joking, Santa. Yeah, she is much prettier than me, but she's working. She's not here. But she would be on this, and she's coming out to Seattle. So if you're partying there, that's what's up. Come hang out. Thomas, appreciate you, man. He says, I found you and Wayne by happenstance. Glad you did. Glad, because 2 of my favorites now. Appreciate that, man. I know there's so many quality ways to spend your time, especially on the 49ers, and very, very thankful. If you do choose us, and if you don't, that's cool. Go be awesome somewhere else, and we appreciate you. We got no enemies here. Everybody's cool. Melissa says, Gravedigger, he's played well. Tackle for losses, quarterback hits, the platforms, but, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, just keeps going and keeps growing. But trying to stay up with the times, that's what's up. Vince, my man, thank you for the super chat. Today's a day for celebration and appreciation. John, for you, for the 49ers, and how the franchise community has evolved and continued to build over the years. Cheers, good sir. My man, Vince, you said it so well. Look at this. Joel, my man. Drake Jackson, most sacks going forward. Well, I'm not sure he's going to get that opportunity. He's kind of missed it. I wouldn't even be shocked if he's a healthy scratch moving forward. Probably not this week, but I hope he turns it around. He's young. He's 23. He's got time. He's just not there yet. Kiddle me this. I love the freaking AVI over there, bud. Thank you for the super chat. John, my morning drive into work has been my version of meditation with your podcast. Your honestly and loyalty is not missed on us. Hashtag CCers. That's cool. What's up, Eddie? Appreciate you. Shot J, member of the team. I was going to say thank you later, but I just want to say thank you virtually in person. Thank you so much. Stats are as complimentary as the gameplay. Yeah, that matters. That matters. Whew. What's up, Steven? Another awesome person I met. For the 1000th episode, this is making my gym time workout epic. Hell yes. Get it, man. Get it. Ed, more attention is going to Chase, which opens up Bosa, in my opinion. I would love that. The past 6 quarters, I've said this way too many times. Bosa hasn't been getting the double teams that he's gotten his entire career. He didn't answer the call yet. I hope that changes. I really, really do hope that changes. So let's give away a jersey. Let's do this. Several ways to enter. Patreon, the 49ers Rush supporters, they're automatically entered. Hashtag CCs on Twitter, on Instagram. We always do giveaways, and if you don't win, I apologize. I think we've given away well over 40 jerseys throughout our time here. But yeah, just want to say thank you for all who entered. And if you don't win, don't leave. We're still going to give away some more stuff on today's show. But the winner of today's autographed Deebo Samuel jersey, picked it at random through the number generator. It was Sean P. Diddy. On Twitter, he is at SPS or SP Scott 19. I'll reach out to you. Hopefully you're watching. If you're not, no worries. I'll get in contact with you. We'll figure that out and we'll get that sent out to you. Just want to say you are the freaking man. Thanks for all the support. What's up, Sin? Love it. We got Alan in here. We got Jason. This is so cool, man. There's so many cool people that I've been able to just kind of sync up with. Now, let's talk about this. We're getting players back. Samuel Womack's probably going to have the biggest impact. We know Samuel Womack. He's been on this team for a few years, former 5th-round pick. People we don't know. Robert Bill Jr., Darrell Luter Jr., both juniors. Look at that. And on top of that, both 5th-round picks this year. And so I think that's important. The Niners have just been incredible in the 5th round. So I wanted to just refresh because we have not seen these guys play. I went to every single training camp, every single one that was open. I was there. These guys didn't play. And so I want to start with Robert Beal Jr. because he made it through rookie minicamp. He made it through the unpadded practices, but as soon as the pads came on, the issues happened, and he was just done. They shut him kind of down for all of training camp, started on IR, all that stuff. I don't know if they're going to activate him, all that kind of stuff, but I want to get to know this dude more. This is Robert Beal Jr. So I pulled up his spider chart based off of mockdraftable.com, whatever he did. At the combine. I'm going to go through his combine numbers and scouting report. This is what we wrote on him pre-draft. He's a fun player. The fastest of the fast. This dude, 98th percentile 40-yard dash, true 4.4 speed, 6'4", 247. He's not big. He's not heavy. He's small. He's undersized, but explosive. He's got really long arms, though. Trent Baalke would be pleased. Broad jump, all those things. His vertical is weird how low it is. But he's just a damn good player. He really, really is. And so if you look at his stats, he didn't start for Georgia. He was a rotational guy. Only had 3 sacks last year, 19 hurries. But this was my write-up of him, okay? Again, this is all pre-draft. So obviously he hasn't played since then, so nothing really changed. Good speed and arm length, and it shows on tape consistently. No clue for the low production, as his traits and film are amazing. But again, he was rotating with guys like Nolan Smith, first round pick, like a lot of talented guys there at Georgia. Crazy high motor, lots of power. Best football is ahead of him. Bull rush is great, which I was not expecting when I turned on the film. Hard to find weaknesses in his game. Wish he tried to evade blockers sometimes. This is problem with Georgia's defense. They do not try to just blitz off the edge. They don't do that. They blitz through blockers because they want their linebackers who are so athletic to just roam free. So it's not like he was just released and just go get them. That was not the thing that they brought about with Robert Beal. That's not what Georgia does. And so that's one of the adjustments he's going to have to make is, man, he would just hit every single offensive tackle on a pass set head up, and I couldn't stand it. It drove me crazy. Now, in high school, lettered in track at Norcross. What's up, Norcross, my Georgia peeps? Won regional titles, personal best in shot put and discus. He threw 50 feet, 9 inches in shot put. He's got some power. My athletic comp for him was Jermaine Johnson. My play style comp for him, again, that's Robert Bill Jr., was Sam Williams. But without all the off-the-field crazy stuff, and which has continued for the Cowboys player. But the talent's there. The traits are there. Can he put it together? That's the question. I think he's going to have a week or two to probably practice. He got a 21-day window open before the 49ers make their decision. I don't think he'll be activated this week. Next week, possibly. If there's an injury, yes. Kia, I want to say thank you for the super chat. Javon Hargraves will probably get the most sacks with the add of Chase Young. Best 49ers podcast by far. Thank you. Congrats on 1,000 episodes. Thank you. See you in Santa Clara when we crush the Seahawks. I'm so pumped about that game. I am so pumped about that game. And shout out to my man, Josh. 49ers faithful forever. Huge help. Part of the team here, does great stuff. He says Bill will be a pass rush specialist soon. This is Josh's guy. Whenever we were doing all of the countdowns, Josh helping with all of that, this was his dude. So as soon as I saw Robert Bill Jr.'s back practicing, first guy I thought of, my man Josh. And so, yeah, excited about that, man. Excited to see what he can bring. I want him activated. I want him over Drake Jackson. I want this player to play. Now, I don't know the timing, not necessarily this week, next week, maybe the following week, sure. Don't shut him down. Don't do it, Kyle. I know you redshirt everybody. Ed, John, just watched the Warner House podcast, and it was Dre and Fred. They both said they've worked on their technique and will be better on the team moving forward. Love it. I haven't got to watch that yet. I'll probably watch it in the off season. Yeah, Diamond Dog Sports agrees. That's awesome. Philip, man, I love the freaking all-stars coming out of the woodwork. Another producer of the show. Thank you, Philip. All that you do, man, making the show happen. He says, happy 1,000, JC. Can't wait for the salty 1,000. Oh, there we go. We'll get there, man. We'll get there. I love it. Gio said he's coming out to Jacksonville. Dude, partying with me, Frank Gore, Wayne. Man, Nick's coming out. Jacksonville's going to be baller. Eric's going to be there. Man, it's going to be fun. Now, one thing that I want to do before we jump to Daryl Luter Jr., and again, we're big on community here, and, we party in the Blue Lot all the freaking time. And that's where we tailgate for home games. And I made one of the coolest freaking contacts ever, just drinking a beer, enjoying time, meeting new people, and that's LG4 Fitness. Want to help out some local community right here, baby. Calling all young Niner athletes, LG4 Fitness is offering a new speed-focused training camp for young athletes. You're looking to unlock the next level of their performance? Well, guess what? This camp is designed to enhance a player's speed mechanics, build explosive play action for whatever sport they are competing in. So, just like how Christian McCaffrey does out there with his explosive takes on the field, that's what they're trying to unlock. So, LG4 Fitness is offering promotional drop-in trainings during the month of November and December. Check out their Instagram page, LG4 Fitness, to learn more about scheduling and training camps. And let me just add this. These are diehard Niners fans, so support local business in the Bay Area. Go support great Niners, the faithful themselves, LG4 Fitness. Oh, man, that's what's up. Go support the local community. Now, let's talk about probably, I think most attention is going towards the coverage whenever criticism happens for the 49ers defense. I think most of it should go towards pass rush. That's why I went with Robert Beal Jr. first. But let's talk the other side because we're getting another player back. Cornerback Darrell Luter Jr., South Alabama, baby. 6 foot 189. He's built just like the Niners like him. Almost all of the 49ers DBs are 6 foot 200, close to there. He looks the part. Pop is like my nickname for him because he's a grown man. That dude's grown. He's already got a kid. He's got a family. He is just mature. The way he plays is very patient, very knowledgeable. He knows what's coming. He doesn't panic often, which is very weird for a guy coming out of the draft. Patience as a corner is very, very hard to develop. He's got that to start. Darrell Luter has that. Now you look at his athletic profile, the spider chart, huge freaking hands, long freaking arms, and, vertical jump, can jump out of the building. Now you look at his 3-cone drill. He's not the shifty guy. He's an outside corner only. I do not think that they will play him inside. 20-yard shuttle, he ain't changing directions for jack squat. That's not what he's doing. Now, I know that the 49ers issue is at nickel corner. But if Luter can earn some snaps, I think the probably ceiling for Luter, barring an injury, is to win that number 3 job. I think Samuel Womack's got it, but if he can be in competition for that, that means Ambry Thomas isn't playing anymore on the outside. That's wonderful. And I know he's not playing now, but right before this week, he was number 3. One injury happens in the secondary. You got Ambry Thomas out there freaking starting for you. Now you don't have that. Now you got Womack. Hopefully Darrell Luter Jr. can fight his way into that. And he's just awesome. I mean, he fits exact. He has an 83.1 tackling grade from PFF his last year in college. The dude can tackle, period. He is just, he's awesome. He has a 97.8 grade in single coverage, highest in the country. More combined interceptions and pass breakups than catches allowed. He had 14 interceptions, pass breakups, only allowed 12 catches. Now, playing at South Alabama, you're not getting the best of the best talent-wise, but go watch him play UCLA. Chip Kelly didn't throw his way one damn time. Just terrified of that kid, and literally he took away half the field. And that was kind of what he saw. Teams literally said, don't throw it that way. He's fun, man. Great frame, NFL corner. These are all my pre-draft notes, by the way. Change of direction's decent. The testing would not show that. The film showed it was decent. Ball skills, very good. Natural balance, ultra quick feet to mirror wide receiver. I thought that was his best. Mirror match, press bell. Those were his best techniques. Coordinated athlete, ability to high point the ball, isn't overly physical and may struggle against bigger wide receivers in the NFL. 6 foot, but the arm length helps a lot. And he's just so patient. The way in which he wins, not ultra aggressive, just always where he should be. Never panicked, never out of phase. Does slip off tackles. Recovery speed is not elite. This is why he went in the 5th round. Level of competition concerned, but he played well against UCLA. Played well at the Senior Bowl. Man coverage specialist. High school. I love high school stuff. Started 2 seasons on the basketball team and track. 200 meter ran a 23.68. Not great, but good. Long jump, 20 feet, 10 inches. That's good. Triple jump, 43.3. That's good. Not great. You're not winning state championships, but he's an athlete. Athletic comp, Derek Stingley Jr. Play style comp, Kendall Fuller. I said he would go. I had a 5th round grade on him, and I said cornerback number 23 in the draft, and I think he went cornerback 24. So we kind of nailed it on him as far as what the NFL thought of him. Now, he got a bone bruise in rookie minicamp. He's looked healthy. He really, really has. Because, I mean, he was the first one. Because whenever he got put on the PUP. When you're on the PUP in training camp, you're not allowed to practice with the team, but you can work out. And so he's out there in shirt and shorts, and he looks great. Darrell Luter Jr. looked great. Working his tail end off, changing direction, planting, sprints, jumps, all kinds of technique stuff. But then whenever practice starts, he has to just basically watch, and, he's just standing around the corner drills. But, man, he looked good. And this was back in, like, July. So I think he's been ready. This is another red shirt move. We saw the Niners do this last year with Kalia Davis. They didn't activate his practice window until late. So what does this tell us? I think it tells us a couple things. They want competition. And if Darrell Luter Jr. can't come and compete now, same with Robert Beal Jr., you got 21 days. You got 3 weeks to prove you belong. If you can't do that, they're just going to shut you down for the year. It's a little bit of a gamble. But bye week, coming off 3 losses, come on, guys. It's now or never. It's now or never. And so you got to go out there and you got to make this freaking crap happen. That's just the way that I see it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time projecting what exactly is going to happen. But the things I can say about Robert Beal Jr. and Darrell Luter, their ceiling with how young they are, their elite traits, they can be there. But can they be the consistent factor to earn playing time? Yeah, special teams is important. They have to demonstrate they can consistently not cost this team with mistakes, which is why Shanahan doesn't play rookies. Otherwise, their year's never going to be over before it started. So we're not going to get to see this, sadly. And so that's what stinks, is we don't get to see. So that's weird. Esteban, what's up, man? He says, been here since 50 subs, John. That's incredible, man. Thank you. Just thank you. Congrats on all the success. Still my favorite podcaster, and thanks to everyone in the community. Go Niners. That's what's up. Josh right here. I'm excited to see what Luter can do. Yeah, you never know. Rookies can surprise. Oh, the man, Christian Gomez, the freaking founder of the 49ersrush.com. This dude has helped build an amazing platform, and I am excited to bring him more business eventually because, man, if you have, I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't want to blow his stuff up. Christian Gomez is the best. He's helped out my family tremendously. Thank you, Christian. All that you do. Diamond Dog Sports. Love hearing the report on Darrell Luter Jr. I pulled a few of his rookie card autographs this year. Ooh, that's what's up. We got a card guy in the house. That's what's up. Hey, Sonia, appreciate you. Right here. He's a football player. That's right, man. You can hear me screaming into the mic whenever I do the breakdowns. That is just what it is. Hate to leave your 1K, my guy, faithful from birth. Got to head to a board meeting. Thank you for your team so much for all the content. Been here for over 4 years. Never wavered on who you are. Oh, thank you, man. I don't want to be somebody else. There are lots of those. I just want to be myself. And I'm so weird because people either love or hate me from the minute they beat me. I've always been that way since I was a kid. I can't do well if I have to think about what I have to say and like not try to offend or upset somebody. I just quit doing that a long time ago. And so I don't do that. I'm me, and I kind of like me. I'm all right with that. Not that I'm like cocky, but I enjoy time and I enjoy other people. And I think usually they enjoy hanging around me. Not everybody does, though. That's okay. Ed, he says, the next stretch is so critical. We can't have rookie mistakes. Look at Ed. This goes to my next point on today's show. The NFL, and the same thing with high school, college, NFL, you divide the season into sizable chunks, small chunks, usually 4 games. The NFL season was 16 games forever, so it was 4 games. Well, now it's 17, but you look at the first quarter of the 49ers, they go 4-0, opened up, smashing success. Second quarter of games flipped on its head. You go 1-3. Now you blow out the Cowboys, then you lose 3 in a row to all above 500 teams on the road, whatever else. Bengals not on the road. So 4-0 first quarter, 1-3 second quarter. What are the Niners going to do in this next quarter? So I want to put this to you guys, and I want you to tell me, listen to the teams first. This is a tough stretch. These are the next 4 games, the next quarter of the season for the 49ers. At Jacksonville, they've won 5 in a row. At home versus Tampa Bay. At Seattle, I think the most important game on the 49ers' entire schedule. Then at Philly. So 3 out of the 4 next games are all on the road. You got 1 game at home against Tampa Bay, but, I mean, you're traveling. You're hitting East Coast, West Coast, staying on the West Coast, back to East Coast. It's a lot of travel. So what I want you guys to throw up in the chat, what do you think the Niners record is going to be just over these 4 games? 4-0, 3-1, 2-2, 1-3, 0-4. At Jacksonville versus Tampa Bay at home, at Seattle on the road, at Philly. What do you think that they are going to do over this quarter? Now, we're 5-3 now. Everybody understands that. This is the best start we've had since 2019. Since 2019. That's 2019, you make it to the NFC you make it to the Super Bowl. 2020, injury season, everything goes down the toilet. 2021, NFC Championship. 2022, NFC Championship. We have a better start, better record currently. It's not perfect. There are complaints, for sure. But you have a better record than the last 2 teams that made it to the NFC Championship. Everything is fine right now. So, back to Ed's question. Man, I don't know how you knew I was going there. Way to go, buddy. The next stretch is so critical. We can't have rookie mistakes. So, let's see here. I've got Joel says 3-1. We've got 4-0 from Philip. Eddie G, what's up, Eddie? How you doing? 3-1. Josh 3-1. Vince, he's 4-0. LFG baby, 3-1, 3-1. Hey, Danson, how you doing? Shot J 2-2. Yeah, I mean, I like these, and I'm going to be honest with you. Ooh, 2-1-1. Bro Montana says we're going to have a tie. Look at this guy right here, Philip. 4-0. We start our run. This is the most crucial stretch of the entire Niners season. And if you want to put 5 on this and put another Seattle game on the back end of this, that's going to determine everything. Seattle, Philly, Seattle. Those are the 3 most important games. I really do believe that. How do you handle all of those things? You know, those are tough matchups all in a row. But we're not alone in that. We are not alone. And so, I'll say this, you could just look at our schedule and be very upset. But if you look at Philly's schedule or you look at Seattle's schedule, listen to Seattle, which is our number 1 competition. Everybody wants to talk Philly, but Seattle, it's our division. Their weeks 13 through 15 versus the 49ers, at Cowboys, at Niners, versus Eagles. That's way tougher than anything we got. Phillies is even worse. They got Bills, freaking Chiefs, Cowboys, Niners, Seahawks. The NFL's a mess this year, and it's murderer's row with the way in which the conferences are all playing each other. It's just tough. Whenever you have the NFC West playing the entire NFC East, you're going to get those rough things. You know what I mean? And yeah, Josh, that Ravens game is going to be tough as hell. That's on Christmas, baby. So we need a gift. Ravens are tough. Ravens are very, very tough. There's no doubt about that. Now, I want to give away a year-long membership. I got to come up with a trivia question. I had it in my notes to get the trivia question. I just didn't do that. So let's pay some bills, and then we're going to give away a year-long $20 a month subscription service. Oh, how cool is this, man? I freaking love you people. When your money's on the line, choose a trusted sportsbook that gives you tools to win, like MyBookie. And MyBookie doesn't matter if your team's up or down. You can easily cash out or bet the game live to come out on the winning side. Use MyBookie for daily odds boost, same game parlays, I like teasers, and take advantage of the huge prize pool contest. Plus, MyBookie currently has a no strings attached cash bonus that lets you deposit, withdraw quick. Carries a one-time rollover. Can't find that anywhere else. Just use promo code 49ers, 49ERS, or scan the QR code on this video right next to my face here to claim your own cash deposit bonus now. That's promo code 49ers. So try my money bag. You basically roll the dice and it picks a team and gives you extraordinary odds on who's going to win the Super Bowl. Lots of fun options there. So bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and I do mean anywhere, wherever you are, you can bet with MyBookie. Just make sure you use the promo code 49ERS, and let's go. Let's make some money together. All right. So this is compliments of a big time supporter. He wanted to help increase, getting out there, the community. So this is for a year-long membership. Jerry Rice tier, the 49ersrush.com. I'm going to ask a question. We're hanging out with Frank Gore this weekend. So if you are already a Patreon or 49ers Rush, the 49ersrush.com subscriber, hey, I guess you could win this. You can cancel yours, whatever. But the whole purpose of this is to increase the community. So if you are a person that wins this, congratulations. But let's try to share this to spread the wealth, to try to get somebody new into the community. Here's my question. Now, the first person that answers it correctly on my feed will receive it. Your feed is different than my feed because I have multiple platforms streaming in on my thing. So whoever's first on mine will get it. So yours might be ahead of theirs on yours. The internet's a weird place. So I'm going with what's on mine. Okay. So here's the question. And I love this. It's one of my favorite, Frank Gore, things. Who can tell me the exact career rushing yardage of Frank Gore throughout his career, not just with the Niners? How many rush yards does Frank Gore have for his career? First one that gets it in the chat correct, you will get a year-long the 49ers Rush subscription where we go over every single play, every single offense, defense, special teams play, video breakdowns of players, highlights, bets, everything that we post. We do Zoom Hangouts, which we just had one earlier this week. We do all those things. And so how many rush yards does Frank Gore have for his career? It is a round number, and I'm seeing a couple people that are starting to fly in. My son is calling me. I'm just going to answer this. Hey, Michael, I'm doing a live show. Call it Uber or Mom. Love you, buddy. And I just hung up on him. That's called parenting, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't do what I just did. But I already told him that if I can't answer, to take an Uber home. He's hanging out with a buddy from the gym. So the correct answer, and the first one on my screen, good friend, Dave. What's up, man? 16,000, the round number. That is just such a trip to me. Frank Gore had 16,000 rush yards. That is the correct answer. So, Dave, reach out to me. We'll get you set up. Absolutely love this. Sonia got it correct. Jose got it correct. Matt got it correct. A lot of people. I love it. Thomas, I mean, you guys know your stuff. Dancing, you guys got to be careful dancing in trivia. She freaking knows her stuff. That's what's up. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys. Answers are flying in. 16K is correct. And Matt, I'll be seeing Frank Gore this weekend too. How cool is that, man? Congratulations, Dave. That is awesome. Dave he's a smart guy, man. His son's smart too. Really, really cool kid. Really cool kid. All right, let's get to just a couple more things real quick before we get out of here. Because I had a couple more things that I thought were interesting. I wasn't sure what to do with them. Whenever you're doing all this research on stats and analytics and preparing for the upcoming week and all that stuff, it's weird because sometimes you find information that's interesting, but I don't know how to process it. Maybe because I'm so dumb. I don't know. I was just looking up touchdowns scored, actual touchdowns. The 49ers have scored offensive, right? 26 touchdowns so far this season in 8 games. That's pretty damn good. Now, the opposite side of that is the 49ers have allowed 14 touchdowns. That's really good as well. I don't know what to do with that, besides the fact that the 49ers are scoring a very healthy number of touchdowns. They're not allowing a lot. The problem that I find, especially in the last 3 weeks, is they're not syncing up. They're not complementary. Meaning, if you just look at the last game versus the Bengals, you come out at halftime, okay? You come out of the half, the defense does their job for, I think, 3 or 4 drives in a row. Offense doesn't do jack squat. In fact, they turn the ball over 2 times. And it's the offense can't get going. Turns ball over. Meanwhile, the defense, that's 4 straight drives. They give up no points. You come out of the second half, the defense is doing their damn job. But then, after the second turnover, which I think the defense started in their own 20-yard line. They had 20 yards of field to, after the Brock Purdy 1-play interception drive. They give up a touchdown. But as soon as the Niners defense gave up their first touchdown in the second half, guess what the Niners offense does? Now it's time for them to turn it on. They go down and score. They answer the call. But now the 49ers defense legitimately drops the ball. They give up a freaking whole field touchdown drive. Offense goes down and answers the call. We can't get on the same page. The stats say the 49ers should be 7-1 at worst. The eye says the 49ers should be 7-1 at worst. They just can't get on the same page. Can't do it. At some point, these teams just got to go back to simpatico, and then I think they're going to be all right. Now, yeah, right here, 2 steps forward, 4 steps back. Yeah, well said. Sonia, frustrated to see us have no answers when they take away our run game. Yeah, and again, I'm going to keep playing this. This is going to be my most played clip ever. George Kittle.
And us being a one-dimensional football team isn't very good.
Yeah, and I don't even think anybody took away our run game. I still don't believe that. We quit running it. And yeah, Mason is better than Mitchell. I love Mitchell, man. But yeah, he's gotta change. Thank you, G. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Kenneth? How you doing, man? Glad to see you. And so yeah, it's just been rough. The turnovers, yeah, Diamond Dog. Last 3 weeks, more turnovers by us, something we were so good about prior to the losses. You got to fix those things. You got to. Now, let's do a real quick, just kind of NFC West check. Because again, what's our goal? The goal is to win the Super Bowl. You can't do that unless you make the playoffs. How do you guarantee you make the playoffs? You win your division. Rams, good Lord. They're full on tank mode. They just signed Carson Wentz, released their number 2 and number 3 quarterback who weren't really that good. They're just doing a whole transition. They're 3-6. They currently have the number 6 pick in the draft. I don't know if they're tanking, if they're going to sit Stafford like they did last year with all their starters, but they just look terrible. They look really, really bad. They played good for 6 quarters. That was it. They beat the Seahawks week 1, played us good for a half, and then their season was done. That was it. That's all they've done all year. The Cardinals just activated Kyler Murray. I think that's great news. I want Kyler Murray to be the quarterback for the Cardinals for the next decade, man. Not because I don't think he's good. I do think he's good, but I don't think he's great. I don't want them to get great. I think Caleb Williams is great, or at least could be great. I don't think Kyler can be. He doesn't have the work ethic. And so I'm glad Kyler's back. I hope they win a couple games, not against us, obviously. But if the draft was today, they got the first pick in the draft. Now, they also have the Texans' first pick, but the Texans balling out. Shout out to Miko. They have the number 1 and 15 pick if the draft was today. I want them to win a couple games to get pushed out of the kind of the top 5. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. Now, the Seahawks, that's our closest competition. There's no doubt about that. See, we're tied for first place record-wise. We're an absolute first place because we have a better division record than they do. We're 2-0. They're 1-1. They lost to those Rams. And, man, Geno's just not playing well. He's got 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's bad. 65% comp percentage, which in that offense, he led the NFL in completion percentage last year. He's not playing well. He's got an 86.4 rating. It's barely average. Put this in perspective. Brock, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. More touchdowns, fewer picks. Higher completion percentage. Brock's at 68.3. 105 rating, 105.4. It's the second highest passer rating in the NFL. It's not a, amazing metric. There's flaws with it, but incredible. Now, I was curious. If we take what Brock has done through 8 games, we got a decent sample size, and we, break it down to a per game average, then you build it up through 17 games this season, what would his stats look like? 25.5 touchdowns, 10.6 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, that wouldn't change, and 4,320 yards passing. Now, not a crazy number whenever you look at, what Patrick Mahomes and, Burrow and all these other guys are doing, but that would be a franchise record for the 49ers. We've had a lot of prolific passers, Steve Young, Joe Montana for sure, but we've been run-heavy teams and defensive-driven teams even when they were there. So this would be a franchise record. Right now, Jeff Garcia has the 49ers all-time record for 4,278 passing yards. So Brock Purdy's on pace. Now, yeah, there's an extra game, and you can figure out all that stuff. Don't really care about that. But Brock Purdy's on pace, even with the 3 bad games, to have one of the best quarterback years we've had all the way back since 1994, and Steve Young, one of the best seasons all time at quarterback, where he won the MVP. Jimmy Garoppolo, his best year, 2019, we made the Super Bowl, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, right? Brock's on pace, 25 and a half and 10 interceptions. So I know that the supporting cast and blah, 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 all those things, whatever. But I don't know. It's interesting to me. Whenever you put Brock's year and Geno's year in perspective, I think it says something. The Seahawks aren't that good a team. They're really not. Fans are calling for Drew Lock on social media, which is hilarious. And again, back to the Seahawks schedule. I think it's week 12 through 15. They got versus 49ers, at Cowboys, at Niners, versus Eagles. Seahawks get blown out by good teams, period. The Ravens, the Lions. I can pull up the rest of their schedule, but like the Seahawks, I don't know. They're 5-3, so you got to give them their props. But they lost by 17 points to the Rams at home to start the year. The Bengals barely beat them, and the Ravens just dog walked them. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not buying into it. I really am not. And do I think that they'll get a win against us? I don't. I wouldn't be shocked, right? It's a division game. Playing in Seattle's tough. That's never easy. But yeah, I don't know. And so Sid, yeah, I'm not laughing at Jimmy. She says, poor Jimmy G got benched on his birthday. That sucks. And then the team, like social media said, like, happy birthday, Jimmy. It was just, that sucked. I do like Jimmy, but it is kind of, you talk trash on your way out, and you kind of open yourself up to some criticism, and it hasn't gone well. I can't believe first coach fired was a Jimmy Garoppolo quarterback. I didn't expect that. Not that it's all Jimmy's fault, but yeah, Philip, I was wrong. They did beat this is why he's my producer. They did beat the Lions. They did. That is correct. They shouldn't have, but they did. They beat them 37-31 week 2 in overtime. That is correct. That's my bad. Now, I will say this before I jump out of here. I can feel my voice is totally leaving me. But shout out to my boy, Charles Barr. Chuck, you guys know him from the draft stuff. He's the reason why I started this show. Wife's been supportive the whole time. Amazing having her in my corner. She starts the episode every single time. I love that. And there's so many other people. I'm just going to go through a handful of names, and I'm not going to hit everybody. But Dale, Juan, Eric, Miranda, his amazing wife, Wayne, Vicky, Alicia, credible people, Nick, Christian, Clayton, Tom, Josh, Brian, Oscar, Mike, Mose, Brian, Paul, amazing people. Brian, some of the people I've already thanked in this show. And then our producers, Timothy R., David G., Philip K. in the house, Kilted Niner, Corey Robbins, excited, George 365. Awesome. And we've done 1,000 public shows, 928 Patreon, the 49ers Rush.com shows, 48 live events that we have thrown for the people at games, draft parties, all those things. 1,000 down. 1,000 down. Here's hoping to 1,000 more. And I could not do any of this without you guys. Y'all have made my dream come true every freaking day. And one of my biggest things that I've said my entire life is I'd never want to look forward to weekends. I want to enjoy Tuesdays. I want good Tuesdays. I want to look forward to Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. You guys have made that come true. And for that, I'm forever indebted. And if you ever see me in the public, at a game, whatever, please come say hi. Allow me to thank you personally, because that is such a big deal to me. You guys are incredible. I'm so thankful. 1,000 down, 1,000 to go. And until next time, stay strong, faithful.